I believe that if we are honest with ourselves, that the most fascinating problem in the world is who am I? What do you mean? What do you feel when you say the word I myself?
I want to fly the train!
I don't give a fuck!
Oh, jeez. Hey, what's going on, Bob?
You keep using that phone. I don't think it is what you think it is.
Oh, jeez. Hey, what's going on?
I don't give a fuck!
Oh, jeez. Hey, what's going on, Bob?
I think that I am familiar with the fact that you are going to ignore this particular problem until it swings up and bites you on the ass.
Psych, just kidding. My new catchphrase is, I don't give a fuck!
It's asking a lot to believe that the problem is going to fix itself.
Guess what, bitch?
Our technology and our numbers have both reached a state where inadvertently we can pose a danger to the global environment, especially through the atmosphere.
The whales have a 15-foot penis. Are you a pervert or something? Okay.
Now, nobody pretends we understand everything about the global climate.
I didn't cut out. You heard me. Google it yourself.
There are feedbacks, some of which you warm the Earth a little bit, and the tendency will be to further increase the temperature, so-called positive feedback.
What I'm saying is the planet's on fucking fire.
We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard. Because that goal will serve to organize and measure the best of our energies and skills. Because that challenge is one that we're willing to accept, one we are unwilling to postpone, and one we intend to win.
I don't give a fuck!
What's up, heathens? How ya doing? Tonight, we're going to be taking a look at a video from Tim Barnett of the Red Pen Logic channel. I do believe that's a whole channel. Yes, it's the Red Pen Logic channel. So it's a channel that's run by the STR Stand for Reason. Yeah, Stand to Reason. Sorry, Stand to Reason. So it's a channel that's run by them, but it's got Tim Barnett who does all of the videos there, and he makes these really ridiculous Red Pen Logic videos where he takes a tweet or something that's said online and he uses a red pen to mark it up and point out how wrong it is. Daniel says hi. Ooh-wee! Oh, maybe.
Maybe you should quit drinking all that beer, G.
Thank you so much there, Daniel. Hi, David. I hope you're having a great night there, bud. It was awesome talking to you this past weekend. And I guess I hope that you enjoy the stream if you're going to be watching. Anyways, oh, that's the Jeep symbol. I was trying to pronounce the Jeep symbol. Oh, I think that's how it should be pronounced, by the way. So we're going to be taking a look at this Red Pen Logic video about whether or not religious beliefs should be legislated. He is going to be making the case that they should be legislated. So If you guys want to fuck around and find out how wrong Tim Barnett is about religious beliefs being legislated, then please stay tuned. All right, heathens. Well, before we get into the show tonight, I do want to remind everybody that Super Chats, a portion of Super Chats, memberships, and any revenue generated by this channel goes to a charity. And this month, we'll probably end up picking an LGBTQ-centered charity for Pride Month.
This much money only secures your seat in hell.
Thank you so much there, Quentin. And then apparently Jonathan Hanachek.
Listen, donating this much money only secures your seat in hell.
Hanachek's going to jail. Quentin Van Boomen says, or not jail, hell. Not jail. Sorry there, Jonathan. Quentin Van Boomen says, sending in my weekly tithe. A bit disappointed that this video is as much of a train wreck as I thought it would be. Yeah, I know. It's not that much of a train wreck, but it's still something that we should probably talk about.
Just a little bit of money.
Jonathan Hanachek says technical problems with GE, sponsored by the Fail Whale. And then Cadence in a super chat. Thank you so much there, Cadence. I appreciate it. Elizabeth Richardson. Yeah, we're definitely picking an LGBTQ one this month. Elizabeth says, gotta support my fellow LGBTQ peeps with whatever charity you pick. We normally focus on charities that provide services or provide something to the community, or provide services or anything like that. So past charities that we have chosen has been like the RFR, the Recovering from Religion Foundation. We've also chosen a couple of different food banks that we have done, and just all these charities that provide various services for people. So we're definitely going to be looking into doing a donation there. So Cadence. Cadence says LGBTQ charity this month. Take all my money. Well, we don't want to take all your money, but we do really appreciate it. Thank you so much there, Cadence. Cadence, sorry. I Heart Dog says, yay, Pride Month! Thank you guys so much for donating. Just to let you know, we do have 2 extra notifications.
Donating
tonight.
This much money only secures your seat in hell.
There's one extra one at the $4.99 level, and there's one extra one at the $9.99 level. I actually ended up replacing the kegerator ones with these for tonight. Make sure I got those right. But yes, those are special ones inspired by last week's live stream. If you guys remember what that one was, you'll know what to expect in the from Josephus over there. So if you guys want to find out what those are, I guess you'll need to try to find those particular ones. Let me make sure I got those numbers right. $4.99 and $9.99. Yep. Okay. Got those right. All right. So I hope you guys can find those, can get those notifications if you want to see Josephus do something a little weird. But as always, we've got Today I Learns, we've got some comments, and we've got some shitty ass science. So we need to hurry on up and power through this, don't we?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you know what's first? Yeah, you're starting to learn there, honey. Good job. Today I learned. Woohoo! Always got to throw in a little bit of that redneck right there. All right, so first up on Today I Learned that 95 of Paul's 98 scriptural quotations are from the Septuagint. One outlier appears to be a quotation from memory, one a pseudo-Pauline interpolation, and one a general adage rather than a direct quote. For Paul, the Septuagint was his Bible, a helpful compendium. The link is a helpful compendium on Paul's usage of the Septuagint. If you didn't know, Paul heavily scoured the Old Testament, or his Bible, the Septuagint, the Scriptures, in order to inform his own theology about Jesus and what he was supposed to have done. So the fact that Paul is so heavily invested in the Septuagint should be really no surprise, but these little facts that exist, I think, are important to bring up whenever somebody wants to talk about how Paul definitely knew Jesus or knew of Jesus or something like that. It all comes from the Old Testament, everything that he knows about Jesus. I guess maybe tonight's going to be a little bit boring. We got apparently boring facts here, other than this is a special one for Vice Rhino. I don't know if we want to, what is it? We got to say Vice Rhino 3 times. Vice Rhino. Vice Rhino. Vice Rhino. I don't know if he'll show up, but newly identified species of saber-toothed cat was so big it hunted rhinos in America. Ooh. Vice Rhino, better watch out. I'm going to make a channel called Sabertooth Stripper or something. I don't know. The reason why stripper came to mind was because I was on the Trinity Radio live stream today. For some reason, I don't know why, but the first thing on Jonathan Pritchett's mind was strippers, and I have no idea why. But I'll have to figure out some kind of weird name, and I'm gonna make a rival YouTube channel for the saber-toothed whatever the saber-toothed cat was. Anyways, Vice Rhino better watch out because it's coming for him. Joe Lafano says, "Godless, thank you for your work that you're doing." Thank you there, Joe. I appreciate you, man. All right, final Today I Learned for tonight. We have another boring one, maybe? Today I learned, for a millennia, Europeans did not know where birds went in the wintertime. The mystery was partly solved in 1822 when a German hunter shot down a stork. The stork had an 80-centimeter long Central African spear impaled in its neck. This provided the first evidence that they migrated to Africa. How fucking crazy is that? That he shot down a stork and there was a fucking spear in its goddamn neck. Why was it flying with a goddamn spear in its neck? Like, you put a spear anywhere inside my body, I'm just gonna lay down and take it easy for a while until that shit gets pulled out. Okay, there's no way that I'm gonna be like fucking flying all over the place. Although if I'm a bird, maybe I'd want to fly to get the fuck out of there, because it's like, oh god damn it. Can't stop the feeling? Yeah. Casey's twerking over there. But anyways, that's how Europeans figured out that birds migrated. They didn't, go to Narnia or something like that for the winter. Oh, you know what's next? We're out of Today I Learned, but we do have another section that I still have yet to make some kind of animation for that I need to do. Comments of the day. Prepare to face bump yourself in the next week. All right. So we've got comments to go through, and boy, do we have. We've got a bunch of, we got interesting ones. It's interesting. So this first one saying, my partner works with people who've been vaxxed, and lately I've been making him strip down at the door and spray him with essential oils when he comes home. I also sometimes don't kiss him when he comes home because fuck that guy. I don't want to hurt his feelings. And I'm also trying to protect our baby. So, sorry to burst your bubble. Essential oils aren't going to do shit. Okay? But also, if he's vaccinated, I don't know why you have to spray him down with essential oils. Now, if he's gone out, been a dipshit, hadn't been protective, like not wearing a mask still and not social distancing and everything like that, I can understand wanting to sort of decontaminate when you get home. But it's like, you get home, I'm not kissing your ass. You go straight into the shower, turn it on extra heat.
This much money only secures your seat in hell.
Kyle's going to hell. Why are so many narcissists? Why are there so many narcissists when it comes to any religion? I don't really know. I think that maybe they're pulled to this whole idea of like God is personally there for them or something like that. I mean, I don't know if narcissists are unequally pulled towards religion, but if they were, my guess would be that would be the reason. But I mean, I'm not a psychologist or anything like that, so I don't know. But yeah, so this person's a bit crazy with the whole vaccinated thing and everything like that. So these are people that think that you shed, like if you get the mRNA vaccine, that you shed it in some kind of way. We got another comment like this coming up. Here's our favorite person. Marjorie Taylor Greene. You ready? I know this is your favorite politician there, hon. Yeah. All right. Our current regime, the Democrat Socialists Party, wants policies that destroy our freedoms. It always starts with defining state enemies. See, Trump did that. State-controlled media, speech, and education. He tried to do that. Government controlling industry. He tried to do that. Loss of gun rights. Don't know where that factors in, but okay. And sadly, often ends like Tiananmen Square. I really don't think, Marjorie Taylor dipshit, that anything is going to come close to Tiananmen Square. That was fucking horrible. To describe whatever in the fuck you think you're going through right now as equivalent to Tiananmen Square, or you think is going to lead to Tiananmen Square, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You live in some kind of alternate fucking reality. It just amazes me because, like, we had the January 6th insurrection. If there was going to be a Tiananmen Square situation, it would have been then. But we didn't have tanks or anything like that. In fact, the police officers calmly walked the insurrectionists right out of the fucking Capitol. So no, you're not being persecuted. What is the line, honey? You're not being persecuted. Take a pill. You're not a victim. Calm down. Take a pill. Is that right? Okay, calm down, take a pill, you're not a victim. You know, I should put that on a shirt. Another great commentator on the Twitters. So he's talking about Biden, his comment on Pride Month being that we should accept nothing less than full equality for everybody in the LGBTQ community. I totally agree with. But Brian Fisher had this hot take. This is a lie. The LGBT crowd does not want equality. They want absolute dominant supremacy. Don't let them lie to you. And then what the topic was. So yeah. I think that he's primarily maybe talking about like the BDSM crowd, maybe like that. I mean, I'm sure they want to be totally dominant, but just in a different way than he's thinking. But in any case, no, they don't. Nobody wants absolute dominant supremacy except for you, Brian Fisher, and your whole white Christian nationalist crowd that you got going on over there. This is the same guy. I'm fairly certain that this is the same guy that's made anti-Semitic remarks as well. It could be him as well as that True News fuck, Rick Wiles. Both of them fucks are really fucking crazy. But I like the projection here rivals any drive-in movie theater. All right. Comment number 4. This one's just crazy. I'm just gonna read it. There's no need for me to even try to refute anything that's being said here because it's just so fucking nuts. Did you know President Eisenhower signed an agreement with the reptilians, Greys, Orions, Dracos in 1954 to allow them to kidnap humans for genetic experiments? Supposedly, they had to return them to Earth unharmed and with no memory of the experience. But it gets worse! Somehow, these reptilian extraterrestrials have also been kidnapping millions from Earth annually to work as slaves in the domes and tunnels across Earth in our outer space, probably inside Mars, the Moon, or other star systems, never to return. This was a lot. Shannon Q says you have an accent. Take that.
Just a little bit of money.
Oh, a different Canadian. So is it you say Vice Rhino and spin around 3 times and just a Canadian will appear? Is that what's going on here? Just a random Canadian. It's oh man. But yeah, this is some crazy shit. I don't really think I need to say much other than read it. Oh man. All right, next. This is completely disgusting.
Fair money.
Daniel M said that looked hard. Well, that's what she said. Apparently, Shannon said I legit shut up when he said Vice Rhino. So ha! All right, so this comment right here. I really don't know what this is in reference to. It's just all of the really bad spelling, okay? This is completely disgusting and very offensive to the Christians who use your website. And I'd wager that you're also offending the conservatives, so all are silent, are the silent majority. I am done with Marxist injection, more liberal-based crap. Wow. Did no, like, red squigglies pop up for you in this particular comment? Like, whenever I type, like, red squigglies show up. Did you see them? And you're like, I know better than this fucking phone. and then you just hit send? Or did you turn off, like, the auto underline shit on your phone or something? I mean, I'm not sure, but fuck. This is hard. That's what she said again. All right. This is a really weird claim that I saw. I had vaccinated person in my house for no more than 5 minutes. And then, when I checked the fridge, all the milk had turned sour. Probably an interaction between mRNA and the milk protein. I'm just kind of curious. How much milk do you have in the fridge? Like, I checked the fridge and all the milk had turned sour. Why didn't you just say the fridge? Or the milk. Daniel M says, David says, good night.
What are you doing?
I blew my leg.
Asexual Atheist says, is the Marxist injection covered by insurance? I'm not sure. Maybe. All right. Yeah, so I don't know exactly how this is supposed to work, but apparently vaccinated people turn milk sour. I mean, the mRNA doesn't really leave your body at all, So I don't know how it could interact with the quote unquote milk protein. Also, did they go into your fridge and they just sort of bathed with the milk and then they put the milk back? Is that what happened? I mean, I really don't know why you think that just their presence in the house turned the milk sour, other than magic. You know, what I really need to get for this particular section of the show is I need to get that, you know, that picture with Charlie Day on it, where he's like got the conspiracy theory shit up here. I need to create a background that's similar to that, that's got like strings like tied to everything. It would be weird, but for a lot of these, I mean, it would be definitely relatable. All right. Well, honey, do you happen to know what's next? Well, yeah, shitty ass science. That's right, honey. Shitty ass science. Bring out the hands. There's some science shit really wrong. What's up there, Mop-you? No. Heathens. Y'all are called heathens. That's right. Okay, what's up there, heathens? How y'all doing? Tonight, I have a tech talk about this motherfucker. Right there. All right, now, y'all know what a Roomba is? One of them, like, automatic vacuum cleaners? We do. Yes, you and GE do have one there, Casey. Well, this one is a security system that works exactly like that, okay? So basically, you've got your motor there on the bottom, and then you got your sensor up on top that just watches everything. It's like a little camera. Anyways, it looks like a turtle and like a, what is that, a meerkat? Whatever in the fuck that is. It sits up on top, and it just walks around your entire place, right? It's like a guard. It's a patrol thing. It's probably like a mobile guard or something like that is what it's called. Anyways, you put the batteries in it and it just walks around your entire perimeter, right? You can get 2 or 3 of these motherfuckers to have a continuous coverage over your house, but basically you just got to shove batteries up the turtle's ass. That's how you load it. And then the cartridge is actually stored in the back of the head of the little muskrat there. And then you just let them walk around, and then you got to pull the SD card out of it, and you save the footage, and then you put them back out there. You could store about a week's worth of data on the card, so, you know, it's not really all that great, like, as far as knowing shit happened right then. It's more or less you could see what happened after the fact, so, you know, and people are less likely to fuck with the big turtle and a muskrat, because who in the fuck knows what that little motherfucker's gonna do? I mean, it'll attack like, it could have rabies. They don't fucking know. They're not gonna touch it, but they're definitely gonna run away, because it's like, who the fuck has a tortoise and a muskrat running around their front yard? Holy shit. Let's see. Asexual Atheist says, is the Marxist injection cover? Oh, wait. Yeah. Okay. Did we say goodnight to David? Because David said goodnight. Good night, David. I hope you have a nice night there, buddy. And then there's Daniel that says, why don't they just mount cameras like the rest of us? Some people want mobile shit there, Daniel. Okay. They want it to roam around their property. All right. Now, you just got to make sure that you load it up with batteries and everything like that, and you'll be good, okay? It takes 3 double D batteries, okay? That's what you got to shove up the ass of the turtle. Anyways, that's going to be it for me tonight. Thank you guys for coming to my TED Talk. I hope you enjoyed it. I know that I had fun researching this particular thing in the 4 seconds before I came on to the show here, but in any case, I guess I will see you heathens later. Don't forget to praise God and suck Jesus' dick. Goodbye, y'all. One day I'm going to have to fire him. No, I'm not allowed to fire Bocephus? No, is he a beloved member of this channel now? Yeah? Okay. And our family. Wow, he's been inducted into the Gleason family. All right. So, yeah, this was just like a little, I really don't know what that is. Is that a muskrat? I'm not sure. Anyways, the little thing is on top of the tortoise, and it's writing it around this thing. It's it's pretty cool. Pretty interesting. Anyways, all right, y'all ready to get to the actual response video, the actual show?
Yes.
Yeah. KC seems to be ready, so I guess we need to be ready, huh? Well, if you guys want to know what I'm drinking tonight, is oh shit, no, not that one again. Okay, it's this is actually, is this the mango tea?
It's
Okay, so it's mango peach tea, mango green tea, mango peach green tea with raspberry lemonade and coconut rum. All right. So, wait a second. My VLC disappeared. Hold on. The hell? Okay. There we go. I don't know what in the fuck happened there. Anyways, so we're going to be talking about this failed Joker guy. I mean, he kind of looks like the Joker. And maybe it's that, what is it?
What are you doing?
I blew my load.
Yeah, Ruined Warrior blew your load there, honey. The Ruined Warrior says Brocephus is more entertaining, so also happy Pride Month, y'all! Thank you so much there, Ruined Warrior. Appreciate you. All right, so this guy right here, Tim Barnett, is going to be arguing that we should be, like, religious people should be enshrining religious beliefs into law. So they should be legislating religious beliefs. He's going to be making an argument from it, or for it. So we're going to go ahead, jump right on into what in the fuck he's talking about.
Religious person, yeah, I'm talking to you. You're welcome to your beliefs, but don't even think about trying to bring your beliefs into the public square. Your beliefs are not allowed. This is
No, I mean, yeah, well, no, it's not that religious people's beliefs are not allowed. It's just that you have to have a more substantial reason for creating some law or proposing some law other than God said it in my holy book. Like, that's all that we're saying, is that it's not that, you know, any belief that a religious person has can't be, like, legislated. Because a lot of the time, you know, the beliefs reach outside of their religious persuasion. But what really matters is what's your reasoning for making that a law. If it's because God said that gay people are bad, I don't think that is a reason why LGBTQ individuals can't get married or anything like that. Of course, STR goes a lot further than just saying, ooh, nasty kind of thing. We're going to cover that next week, exactly how bad the Stand for Reason or Stand to Reason organization is, along with that Alan Schleman guy. Total shithead. But this is Tim Barnett. They have a lot of speakers there. So it's not just like the fact that they're religious and they have beliefs. It's the reason behind wanting to legislate something. That's the that's the issue that we're discussing here.
are not allowed. This is Red Pen Logic with Mr. B, where we help you assess bad thinking by using good thinking. Plus, we try to have some fun while we're doing it. In today's tweet, Richard Dawkins Foundation for Reason and Science offers a tweet, ironically, with little reason and no science. The tweet says, we really
3 days later.
really need religious people to stop believing that they're entitled to having their beliefs enshrined in the law.
Well, okay, so this is the tweet, and I mean, I can kind of agree with the tweet, being that, you know, I don't think that religious people think that their personal religious beliefs, specifically their religious beliefs should be legislated. Like, oh, abortion should be outlawed because God said it was bad. Or, you know, LGBTQ individuals shouldn't be able to get married because my Bible says something about LGBTQ people. And I don't like them because God doesn't like them, and things like that. Like, these are the things that we're talking about. And in this particular tweet, the very specific context of that is that religious people think that they are entitled to make laws using the reasoning of my Bible says so. And that's, you see this all the time, especially now. And this was posted up here recently. So especially now, we have religious people coming out of the woodwork, and they're trying to get around the First Amendment, but they still try to legislate different laws that are obviously religious laws. So it seems really, it seems a little weird to think that this isn't a problem.
According to the Dawkins Foundation, religious people should be disqualified from having their beliefs influence public policy.
No. Specifically, what it wasn't that their beliefs shouldn't influence policy or anything like that. It's specifically about believing that they are entitled to having their religious beliefs enshrined in law, not just their beliefs in general. So it kind of seems like you're already distorting what the tweet actually says here, because you've got to distort it in the way that encompasses all of their beliefs and not just their religious beliefs. It's just their religious beliefs that we're concerned with.
Policy. But with religious people excluded, who then gets to participate in the political process? Non-religious people like Richard Dawkins, perhaps? Well,
fuck no, I hope not. God damn it.
That's convenient. This kind of thinking isn't just wrong, it's dangerous. But don't worry, Danger is my middle name. Actually, it's Edward.
That really doesn't surprise me there, Edward. Your face, I mean, just like your entire persona does not scream danger whatsoever. Just saying. But in any case, no, I don't think that religious people can't have to be barred from legislating anything that they believe. What we care about, and I know I'm stressing this a lot, is the reasoning behind legislating some kind of law. And we've had these challenges many times in the past, like having public schools pray over the speakers and forcing students to participate in prayer. That is illegal. That should never be legislated into law. Just like even now we have several states trying to push laws that put the 10 Commandments in schools or other religious, other religious displays in public schools. Not only religious kids are not the only ones that are going to public schools. I know that you guys think that you make up 100% of the population, but you fucking don't. There are other kids of other religions and non-religions that use public schools. So no, I don't want my son to go into school and have to learn about the 10 Commandments, where the first 4 is about stroking God's gigantic fucking ego. Sorry, I get on a rant.
You should quit drinking all that beer, GE.
Daniel M says, I could see myself not really getting along with this guy if we met, lol. I wouldn't either. Any of the STR group, I just would not fucking care to be around at all. You get enough whiskey in me, I'll definitely tell you what I think about these people. All right, here we go.
The Dawkins Foundation wants to exclude religious people from enshrining their beliefs in the law.
No, that's a distortion of what it actually says. In fact, what they're wanting them to do is to stop intrinsically believing that they are entitled to having their religious beliefs enshrined into law. Not that they shouldn't be able to enshrine their beliefs as like a whole set, but specifically believing that they are entitled to it. Quentin Van Boeven says, put this towards whiskey fund.
To Timothy, what the fuck ever? Shut the fuck up.
You know, I don't know why it's not selecting the new notifications, but I'm gonna see if I can fix that right here or right now. So I mean, it seems like at every turn he's got to misrepresent this tweet.
In the law. This thinking fails for two reasons. Here's the first reason. All laws legislate someone's moral beliefs. Each word in that sentence is important. Everyone has beliefs, things they hold to be true. I have beliefs, you have beliefs, and Dawkins has beliefs. I believe I have a beard. I don't know if you've noticed. I believe.
No, that makes me feel uncomfortable right there. Don't ever whistle at yourself in your own video. It just seems a little weird to me anyways. But in any case, yes, everybody does have these moral beliefs. And people, whenever they make laws, they... To Timothy, what the fuck ever, shut the fuck up. Woo! Bear money! Let's see. I think I'm going to have to cut off all these extra ones. Because it did not seem to save. Maybe I didn't save it earlier. Yeah, the new ones didn't really seem to be playing. Let's see. I saved it that time. Okay. Maybe that'll fix it. I'm so sorry about that, guys. Rune Norderhog says, was that a glitch in the Matrix right there? I'm getting suspect Godless engineer, though it might just be their bad arguments. And then the Gym Taker says, so glad this week is finally effing over. I feel you right there, man. Yes, we all do have these moral beliefs, and we generally use those moral beliefs in order to create laws and everything like that. But I feel like he's still distorting what we're actually talking about here, because we're not talking about just general beliefs. We're talking about like religious beliefs. Sometimes those religious beliefs can intersect with what we, traditionally consider to be, morality, morals, and laws that are legislated. But what's important is that, see, in the law, we recognize that, like, murdering your fellow person in the society is a bad thing, because that's not how a society flourishes, and so we outlaw that. We prevent people from doing it. The reason why we have that law is not because the Bible says it's bad, because honestly, if you try to use that kind of reasoning, it can get really muddled with God commanding people to kill other people and everything like that. So it's really not a good reason to use God as the reason why you want to legislate that particular law. But my point is that while these do intersect, we're talking about the specific times when they don't intersect, and the reasoning for legislating something is because of their holy book. Woo! Bear money! Bronze Eagle Production says the STR guys are some of the most dishonest people on YouTube. I totally agree. I turned off beer money, so I don't know what in the fuck is going on. Maybe, I wonder. Hold on one second. Okay, let's see. I refreshed the cache of my notifications, so maybe that'll help. Huh? Yeah, I know. Oh. Looks like I missed one of the $4.99 ones. Okay. All right. There we go. The Gym Tanker says, beer money! May the power of Christ compel you to get the fuck out of here! Daniel M says, might as well test it. Dallas Way GE, love you, buddy. Hey, Dallas, haven't seen you in a while, man. May the power of Christ compel you to get the fuck out of here. May the power of Christ compel you to get the fuck out of here. That's a good one, isn't it? All right, now that it's played, I'll set the other ones back. I just wanted to be sure that, you know, people were actually able to find it. Yeah, we definitely do. Okay. All right, there we go. You know, that's a good point there, Jim.
I believe I have a Morky Poo who is super adorable.
Aww.
So cute.
It puts the lotion in the basket, or else it gets the hose again. This looks like the dog from Silence of the Lambs. I mean, that's bringing up a lot of imagery for me that I probably shouldn't mention. I totally see him with like a well in his basement. I'm just saying, like, anyways.
And I believe stealing my Morky Poo is wrong. Isn't that right, Paula? Now that last belief is different than the other two. It's a moral belief. A moral belief concerns what is right or wrong, good or bad. And it's moral beliefs that are the kind of belief that gets legislated. Think about it.
Well, yes, but you have to understand that while moral beliefs are the kind that get legislated, moral beliefs are like kind of a central thing for any religion. Well, any of the major religions, I would say, because like there's a whole moral argument for God that he would definitely make, that, you know, God is the only reason why we have morals. And so I feel like there's a connection here that he's not making quite known to the viewer, and he's trying to make it seem like everybody's moral beliefs are totally devoid of religion. They're really not. They're tightly interwoven into religion. And so that's why we have to be extremely careful with it. But that's why it's even more important to examine the reasoning behind wanting to make something a law. If your primary reason for making something a law is because your holy book says, oh, this thing is bad, then maybe we shouldn't make that law for that particular reason. If you can come up with a good reason that doesn't include your holy book, I'm sure that we would be perfectly fine passing that law. But make sure that it has the reason why you proposed it does not include God. That's all that we're asking. And technically what the tweet's asking you to do is to stop thinking you're entitled to put your religious moral beliefs on blast whenever you're writing these laws, or get way too carried away with passing these laws that you want to start passing things that definitely promote Christianity in the public square. Those are the kinds of things that we're concerned about.
It's legislated. Think about it. Why do we have laws against stealing other people's stuff? This isn't a trick question. We have laws against stealing because people believe stealing is morally wrong. In other words, stealing is illegal because it's immoral.
Right. And we would consider that to be immoral, especially living in a society, But, trying to connect this to religion, if you were to use a religious reason for wanting to make this law, then you're going to have a lot of issues with defending that reason, because in various places in the Old Testament, you could make the argument that God would allow stealing in certain situations, like stealing a person from another nation in order to enslave them. That's perfectly fine by Bible standards. This is why it's important for us to separate the laws that we actually pass and what's in our religious texts. while they may intersect on occasion, the religious text should not be the reason why we make the law. What? Oh, okay. There's a funny picture of you to check out after the show.
It's immoral. All legitimate laws are grounded in some moral belief some person holds. Without moral grounding, laws would simply be exercised in power. And that's not right. For example, murder laws are good because they're based in the belief that it's wrong to intentionally kill innocent human beings.
Well, not just, well, innocent human, yes. I mean, I guess I can agree with that, but also like the laws surrounding murder and things like that are really nuanced. It's not as surface level as he's trying to make it, because you've got situations where a person is defending themselves, which I guess that wouldn't include like an innocent person. But does that mean that it's perfectly fine for you to go out and shoot and kill somebody that's guilty of something? Like, the way that he's proposed this here is kind of a very naive sort of way in order to describe our laws on murder.
Woo! Bear money!
Fuck yeah, Daniel giving me bear money. The dog is all like, nah, stealing me is good. Get me the fuck out of here.
Human beings. Every law reflects someone's moral point of view. So the question then isn't, should we legislate moral beliefs, but rather, whose moral beliefs should we legislate?
No, because, I mean, a religious person can have a moral belief, and even the reason why they have that moral belief is because they were taught it in their religion, but there could be secular reasons in order to pass a law. Of course, he's going for the really easy ones that everybody would consider to be, like, immoral, like stealing, in his very naive sense, is immoral. Killing another innocent person is immoral. So, I mean, while true, these people have these moral beliefs, even if they are like religiously based to them personally, they can make a cogent argument for them in a secular way. It would be perfectly fine. So it's not religious people can't legislate laws. It's that religious people can't think that they're entitled to be able to legislate laws based primarily on their holy book. True. Yeah. Vadim in the side chat says laws should regulate actions, not beliefs. You idiot. Yeah, you did.
Should we legislate? So everyone has moral beliefs they think should be enshrined in the law, as Dawkins puts it, not just religious people. So why does Dawkins single out religious people?
Well, okay, so a couple of things here. First of all, that's probably most likely not Dawkins that's actually tweeting this. It's his Foundation for Reason and Science that's tweeting it, which more than likely has its own like social media director or what in the fuck ever. I mean, I don't know, but it's most likely probably not Dawkins. But in any case, yeah, that's right, honey. I would not look to Dawkins for moral values in the first place. But we're still talking about legislating religious like reasons, like having religious reasons for legislating something, not that religious people can't take part in the legislative process.
Single out religious people.
Oh, and he's looking to single out religious people because religious people make up the main, portion of the United States population, and or in the population in most countries, I guess. But here, at least in the United States, Christians make up the most population. So they're advocating for religious people to stop thinking they're entitled to having their Bible enshrined in law. That's what they're saying. If you have another reason for some other law other than the Bible says so, then it's perfectly fine.
religious people, saying their beliefs should be disqualified. This leads to the second reason why this tweet fails. Not all beliefs held by religious people are religious beliefs.
Then we're not talking about those, dipshit. We're just talking about the ones that are primarily based on the Bible. Fuck.
Religious beliefs are very particular things. They are beliefs about religious things. I'm not going too quickly here, am I?
No. Definitely not there, buddy. If you could speed it up a little bit and actually, I don't know, say something interesting, that would be great, but I don't think you're going to do that.
Quickly here, am I? So only religious people hold these beliefs. They include doctrinal beliefs about things like baptism or the Lord's Supper or how people get saved. Yes.
I like how he picked out things that are routinely not legislated and are not actually like argued about in the public space. These are not things that regularly come up. All of those things are definitely religious beliefs, but the things that we're really concerned about are like, you know, the 10 Commandments on public properties, like schools and courthouses and stuff, forcing children in school to say a prayer, forcing children in school to say anything that sounds like a confirmation of faith, you know, forcing civil servants out there to do the exact same things at times. And then there's the other various religious arguments for like banning abortion or preventing LGBTQ people from getting married or preventing trans people from using the correct shitter. Like all of these things are the things that are heavily debated in the public sphere. What? Apparently, I just need to say bathroom instead of shitter. Listen, okay? I don't know anywhere in the Bible where Jesus is like, and listen, guys, shit in the correct places, okay? It's going to be very important later.
Yes, it would be inappropriate to legislate one of these beliefs. But who's trying to do that? No one, as far as I can see.
No, all of the radical religious Republicans that are in the government right now are trying to do those exact things. They even bend science in order to try to make it look like their reasons are definitely not because God says so. Like all of these abortion banning bills that are being put up, and some of them have even been passed, to where you can't even get an abortion after 6 weeks of being pregnant. And I got a news flash for everybody out there. Most of the time, you don't even know that you're pregnant before the 6 week mark. Like before the 6 week mark, you may have noticed that you've missed a period. Maybe you've missed a period or something like that. You just simply don't know that you're pregnant. And now, like in Texas, you cannot get an abortion if it's after that point. They fail to realize any of the medical information about abortion and abortion services and other women's services. Hell, these dipshits even like picket women's clinics and women's health clinics and everything like that for when people are just going there to get like cancer screenings and shit. So, I mean, these people are just totally dipshit on this, are total dipshits on this. And these are Republicans that are in the government right now trying to legislate these things. These things are important.
No one, as far as I can see. Now, you might be thinking, what about laws against abortion or against same-sex marriage? Aren't these examples of legislating a religious belief? No. Here's why.
Oh, you're gonna spit me some bullshit? Hold on a second right now. Oh, holy religious hell. Come on, give me that pure, uncut bullshit right now there, Timmy B.
No, here's why. The argument against abortion isn't based on religion. It's based on moral common sense.
No, it's not.
It is wrong to kill an innocent human being. And pro-lifers point to science and philosophy, not religion, to point out that abortion kills an innocent human being.
No, it does not kill a human being. What we're talking about here is like personhood and everything like that. And while everybody kind of draws an arbitrary point at which a fetus becomes a human being or a baby, I feel like the ability of the fetus to survive outside of the womb on its own kind of is a good argument for saying, well, at that point, that is a human being. Prior to that point, though, I would not consider it to have attained personhood. And so you cannot say that abortion, when especially when most abortions occur prior to the 13th week of gestation, you cannot say that that is a human being, okay? It doesn't have like a social security number. It doesn't have any kind of identifiable thing about it that identifies it as a human being. Now, is it human? Sure, it is human, but it also cannot survive outside of the womb. So it cannot be a human being. You're trying to turn all of this into some kind of like medical reason, and you're trying to bullshit us by saying that, oh, there's medical reasons why pro-lifers argue that it's murder. No, not really. Most of the pro-lifers that I have engaged with have all cited the Bible as their reason for thinking that abortion is wrong or abortion is murder. They always quote that line from fucking Joshua or whatever in the fuck it was, where it says, I have known you since I stitched you in your womb. Except they conveniently leave out that at every single turn God specifies that you don't attain life, or you're not considered to be alive until you draw your first breath. They conveniently forget about that shit, and they focus on the verses that definitely coincide with what they feel is right and everything like that. Well, I think it's like one or two verses that talk about it, but the one or two verses, there's more evidence in the Bible that you do not attain personhood until you draw your first breath than there is for like at conception. Like it never says at conception in the Bible other than those one or two verses where it talks about being formed in a womb or some kind of shit like that. So it's definitely not scientifically based that the pro-lifers have their arguments. It's definitely based on religion, on their holy book. Now, that's not to say that some pro-lifers out there do use the skewed science in order to justify their position, even though they're not religious. I have heard of pro-life atheists out there. But the majority of pro-lifers, which seems to be what he's talking about here, are definitely based on their arguments for being pro-life are definitely based on the Bible. So this is just pure, uncut bullshit.
Therefore, abortion is wrong. Likewise, arguments for traditional marriage can be made without quoting chapter and verse.
Really? I would love to hear some of these bullshit arguments. Please, can you go through them? Or should we wait for Alan Sheeman on the next week's video to explain it for us? Maybe you can make a cogent argument here.
In verse. Remember, just because a religious person holds a belief doesn't mean it's merely a religious belief.
But being opposed to same-sex marriage is primarily a religious reason. It's always cited in any kind of discussion that I've had with people about same-sex marriage. It always ultimately comes back to God said it was bad. Quentin Van Boeven says, what is Josephus' position on religion and government? May the power of Christ compel you to get the fuck out of here. That's it, what he would say to the religious politicians trying to force people is like, get the fuck out of here. Josephus understands that it's a personal relationship between him and Jesus's dick. So he would definitely understand that he doesn't want the government to force people to do it. He just wants to be the one to tell people they need to suck Jesus' dick.
Religious belief. Look, most religious people are against stealing. In fact, the Bible says you should not steal. But that doesn't mean that...
Oh, I'm so glad he brought up the 10 Commandments there, because in the 10 Commandments, it also lists women as property. Timmy B, are you on the train to start treating women like property again? Huh? You want to start doing that there, Timmy B?
Mean that the belief that stealing is wrong is a religious belief. Just ask your non-religious friend why he's against stealing. I bet he doesn't quote the Bible.
Well, true. I mean, this is a basic tenet of like a successful society. Stealing is bad. This is not a way for us to live and everything like that. But for you to like say that, oh, stealing is wrong because it's in the 10 Commandments or something like that, I mean, you've got a lot of things to overcome. For instance, in let's say, of course, this happened prior to the Exodus, so maybe it doesn't count. But when the Israelites were leaving out of Egypt after Moses got the Pharaoh to let his people go, they stole shit as they left. Well, God compelled the Egyptians to give them shit, which, I mean, come on, that's basically stealing at that point. They took shit from the Egyptians as they left Egypt. And then you have the several laws and everything like that, that all of these are only concerned with the Israelite people in that nation. Does that mean that we can go to another nation and steal shit from them? I highly doubt it. Junie the Apostate says, saw a bumper sticker that said Christianity is not a religion, it's a relationship. Gotta love those.
Listen, donating this much money only secures your seat in hell.
That's right.
He doesn't quote the Bible. Here's the basic rule. If a non-religious person can make the same basic argument about a belief that a religious person can make, then it's not a religious belief. So what have we learned? The Dawkins Foundation wants to exclude religious people from enshrining their beliefs in the law. This fails for two reasons. First, you can't prohibit someone from legislating their moral beliefs, since all laws legislate someone's moral beliefs. That's how the legislative process works.
Hey, hon. Be listening for a door knock. Or they might just send me a note. Sorry, we're getting food delivered. So, again, he's distorting what the tweet is saying. It's not that we don't want religious people to be, taking part in the legislative process altogether. We just don't want religious people to think they're entitled to use their Bible in order to inform them about what laws we should make. And we don't want the Bible to be the ultimate reason as to why you make a law. Like, any of these abortion banning laws, or the law against, LGBTQ marriage, or any of these other things. I don't want anyone to legislate that public schools have to force the 10 Commandments in my child's face. I don't want to have to explain to my child about how, the women are listed as property on these 10 Commandments, but these are supposed to be where we draw our morals from? I mean, how is the teacher going to teach this? Is the teacher going to go in there and teach all of the Jewish kids that might be in the class, that the 10 Commandments and the Christian God are the things that you should focus on? I feel like those kids would be very confused, because it's like, we're down with the 10 Commandments, but the fuck about the Christian God thing? And there's just more than, Jewish kids, and there's Muslim kids. Of course, there's Christian kids all over the place. There's non-religious kids. We don't want our kids to be forced to learn that from a teacher. That should be my job, to teach my kid about any religious belief that I think that he needs to learn. It's not the public school teacher's job to force her belief on my child.
Works. Second, not all beliefs held by religious people are religious beliefs. This distinction is really important, because some want to label a belief as religious just so they can reject it.
Well, no, oh God. Well, no, we don't want to label it as religious just because we want to reject it. Normally, we label it religious because you're using the Bible or some other holy book in order to justify why you think that should be a law. So, I mean, what you're saying here is kind of a straw man argument. You're straw manning the whole idea that we want to prevent religious people from taking part in the religious process, the legislative process. You're straw manning the tweet because the tweet is merely wanting religious people to not think that they're entitled to have those religious beliefs, those religious reasons behind whatever law they want to legislate. We don't think that they should be we don't want them to think that they are entitled to that. So that's what the tweet's concerning. He's also kind of equivocating things here with the beliefs, because while the tweet and what I've been making an argument for tonight has been more about specifically religious beliefs and not just all beliefs, but he wants to make it out to be like these religious beliefs are just normal beliefs that people want to be religious beliefs. But I don't know. It's just kind of a fucked up thing. I don't know what else he's got to say.
As it turns out, no one is trying to legislate strictly religious beliefs, and the examples that are typically given are held with equal confidence by non-religious people.
No, they're held for bullshit reasons. Like the scientific reasons that they would give for like preventing LGBTQ people to get married or even adopt children, and the science reasons for wanting to prevent abortion. Those are all like skewed science all around. Whenever they try to use science, they have to twist it in ways. So if you have to twist science in a way to make sense of your own religious reason for believing something, I kind of feel like at that point, you got to call them disingenuous. You have to know that you're twisting what the science is saying.
Legislate their moral beliefs. No people, religious or non-religious, black or white, gay or straight, with hair or without, should be excluded from the public policy process. Class dismissed.
Oh, now he's got to go and take his... Listen, donating this much money only secures your seat in hell. Now he's got to go and take his little dog down to his well and make sure whoever gets lotion down there. Shadowy Twilight says, if you got no reason other than you waving your holy book and saying God says so, then no, you don't get to legislate that. That's correct there, Shadowy. Totally correct. So, you're fine, hun. So that's going to be it for the video tonight. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I would really love to hear what you guys think about the way that he's twisting this tweet, way he's twisting the information, especially whether or not like some non-religious arguments against LGBTQ people being able to marry or even adopt. That's going to be next week. The STR organization says that LGBTQ people can't even adopt children. And then the non-religious reasons for, preventing abortion. I feel like all of those things that we're actually concerned with in the public forum that definitely have religious reasons for proposing them, I feel like the science is skewed on these secular or non-religious reasons for them. So I'd love to hear what you guys think about it. We're about to go into the Skeptic Mafia comments. If you're unaware of what the Skeptic Mafia is, it's the memberships that we have here on this channel. A portion of all memberships as well as super chats and any revenue that we make here on the channel goes to a charity each month. This month, we are going to be doing an LGBTQ charity. We make sure that we check these charities out using a charity navigator, or what's the one that we've been using? Charity navigator. Oh, you have?
Yeah, that we can do a poll on.
Okay. Well, that'll be for the mafiosos to pick the poll because they're the ones that get to control stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've got a number of them to pick out. But just letting you know, we do check them, make sure that like they don't have too much overhead, that they actually, use money to go to services and everything like that. So if you want to help us out here, consider doing a super chat or becoming a member. That's also a really great way. But you, as for being a member, you get a podcast, which I still have to upload for tomorrow for the Skeptic Mafia members. You get a podcast. Y'all get to pick the video that we review on Friday nights. You get sweet emojis like you've been seeing in the chat all night. And you get to leave your comment for me to read. May the power of Christ compel you to get the fuck out of here. Ned Silver says he looks like a bootleg Matthew Santoro, or maybe it's me. I could see the Matthew Santoro, maybe. But anyways, all of that helps us out here to donate to charity and stuff like that, and also make the stream better. So we're about to go into the Skeptic Mafia comments right now. If you're going to be leaving out, I hope that you have a fantastic weekend, and we'll see you next week when we got Alan Schleman being a total bigot on Monday, and then on Tuesday we got a guy who thinks that Christianity's true for all the bad reasons. So I hope that you guys will join us next week, and I will see you heathens later. Don't forget to stand up and use your voice. Bye, heathens. But wait, don't go, because we're going to be going into the Skeptic Mafia comments. And okay, thank you, hun. You're fine. Let's see. yeah, honey. You're a woman, so you had to do some kitchen things. That was her that said it, not me, guys, not me, okay? All right, here we go. Ah, crap, hold on. Okay, thank you, honey. What in the hell happened? See if I can reset the transform. Oh, well, that just fucked it up even more. Well, fuck me. Here we go. Okay. Technical problems with GE. Sorry, I had to remix it a little bit there. All right, here we go. To Timothy, what the fuck ever? Shut the fuck up. Thank you there, Quentin. Any super chats I'll be sure to get to right after we get done with the comments here. First up, we've got Daniel M, who says, anyway, I forgot to leave my comment earlier, so here's some shilling. Like, share, and subscribe. Join the Skeptic Mafia. It's the best thing to do. Also, you should think about getting a Jeep. I never thought I could have this much fun owning a vehicle. Woo-wee-woo. I do have to say, so far from what I'm seeing on the stream, this guy is whacked out of his skull. Yep, I'm going to bring that back. It's cool to say, that shit is whack. Join the Skeptic Mafia and help me bring whack back to our vocabulary. That shit's whack, yo. And then you gotta do a one of those things. I don't know what this is called, but yeah. Anyways, thank you there, Daniel M. Yeah. Y'all make sure to share out the channel and get some people here, especially dipshits. We love dipshits commenting on our stuff, telling us how we're wrong and everything like that. I get shit wrong every week, so they'll have like a feeding frenzy here on the channel. Next up is Vanta Blue, who says laws about transference of property are not based on morals, but taxation and documentation. That's a good point. I didn't think about that. Laws based on morals are honestly few and are often more about interrupting society than anything else. People creating laws, pointing a cherry-picked science out of religious background interrupts society. It would be hard to be more obvious in your cherry-picking. Damn failed abortion. Thank you, Vanta. Harry7 says, not much to comment this week. The video wasn't that much of a train wreck, in my opinion. I still enjoy watching tonight because I like hearing other people's takes on things. Thanks, GE and KC. And then, of course, my surprised emoji look and your what the fuck look. Sean J says, yes, someone's religious doctrine does not belong in the law. If something applies equally to religious and non-religious for society, then it's not a religious belief. I dropped my little coaster thing because shit falls everywhere.
You have another one. You have another one.
Yeah, I do. Okay. You coming over here to talk?
No, I thought you might, I might be able to help pick up whatever you dropped, but I don't even see.
No, it's over here somewhere. I don't know. I'm not sure where.
There's not even a lot of shit out here. Like, I don't even.
Let's see. I really hate guys like this who try and make it sound like they are full of reason and logic, but in reality, they are just projecting their ideology under the guise of logic. His failure is associating an agreement within society with morality. It's a common logical failing of the religious. You know, I was really surprised by him trying to say that there's like the argument against abortion or the argument against LGBTQ marriage, all of those things are not religiously based. I feel like they're primarily religiously based, and they've only come up with bullshit scientific sounding reasons as to why to be against it. Then to purport that anti-abortion is not tied with religion, a zygote is not a human being, it's the potential for a human, just more religious anti-logic purported to be logic. It's the same old persecution complex purported to be logic. I agree. Polly Pockets has a few things to say. He does have a nice beard, though. I'll give him that. Too bad he's religious. Him and Tim Minchin could have commiserated over being gingers together. Oh, because he's got red hair. Got it. Oh, wow. Polly Pockets, again, says, before I get into my thoughts, became a mafioso. We're awesome, GE and KC for the win. Okay, this actually happened in Texas. Some Muslims wanted their religious law, Sharia law, to be followed over state law, and the Texas government shot that down. We elect people to make our laws. I think the bottom line is that we don't step on individual citizens' rights while keeping order in society. For instance, since the Quran advocates killing infidels, they can't get away with murder just because of their religious beliefs. Incidentally, it's also in the Bible that you have to kill unbelievers or non-believers in the faith. That it includes not only atheists, but also agnostics, people that would call themselves agnostics, and Muslims, and I guess also Jews. So, I mean, that's something that's pervasive in religions. Also, Christians shouldn't try to stop marriage equality just because of what the Bible says. Why should the Christian belief stomp on people's rights? A comedian, Jim Jeffries, said, if you don't like gay marriage, don't marry a gay person. Couldn't agree more. The abortion issue is very complicated, especially in the cases of grape or endangerment of the mother's life. I'm glad that you used grape. At that point, which life wins, the fetuses or the mother? This is true with grape victims too, because in the wake of being violated and having to recover from trauma, they also have to deal with pregnancy. That's quite the difficulty. Additionally, overall, women don't enjoy getting an abortion. It's a very difficult decision. Yeah, I would say so. I say if we're going to ban abortions, then every man who has fathered a child and is not taking care of that child should be forced to get a vasectomy. He should not be allowed to have more children. Also, every politician that cuts programming that helps feed less fortunate children should be accused of attempted manslaughter because they are endangering their lives. Yeah, I agree. Adding religious beliefs to the law would mean that we could stone people for working on the Sabbath or committing adultery. Adhering to religious beliefs would mean that we could make a rapist marry her rape victim or own slaves. I think that what Dawkins was getting at, I think that's what Dawkins was getting at, though it could have been said better. Well, I think that the fact that he had to twist around what the tweet was actually saying, I think that's kind of working against him. But, you know, hindsight's always 20/20, being able to reword it so that he couldn't twist it around, at least not so covertly, I guess, as he might have thought he was doing it. But in any case, just to state that probably wasn't Dawkins. It was most likely a person that's more reasonable than Dawkins. Quentin Van Boeven says, let me sum up this video real quick. That's the point. Here's his head. Okay, now let me do my actual critiques. Oh, that's the point. Here's his head. The point went over his head. I got it. I got there. Thank you, Quentin. That's a cool comment. Now let me do my actual critique. 5 seconds in. Stop. There you go. Your beliefs do not belong in the public domain, nor do mine or anyone else's. The public domain should remain secular. Yes, if the only reason you think of wanting to make a policy is because of your religion, then it does not deserve to be a policy. I don't know that all laws that legislate moral beliefs are speed limits, not laws. Are they moral beliefs? Oh, I see. He must not view speed limits as legitimate laws because he doesn't want to follow them. Great! I'm glad we can agree on the fact that it would be illegal to say you baptized your kids, or you must baptize your kids. Now, let's just expand on that thinking a little bit. What argument do you have that two consenting adult male/female cannot marry each other, or even if they are the same sex? If you can't find a reason outside my book tells me so, it's wrong, then get the fuck out of here trying to legislate against gay marriage. Gee, I gotta say, this wasn't near as much of a train wreck as I thought it was going to be when I voted for it. A bit disappointed there. No matter what, though, this video still earns itself a grade A fail whale. Now, since that was rather long breakdown with all the things to say, like I normally do me a favor and just insert one genetic shilling here. All right, a genetic shilling. If you join the Skeptic Mafia, your genetics will change in a way that makes you more awesome, okay? I'm not above spinning the actual results of joining the Skeptic Mafia in order to convince you to join the Skeptic Mafia, but you might get superpowers. I'm just saying you might do it. I mean, I joined the Skeptic Mafia immediately when I was able to make them available, and look, I got my DNA on my skin, so you know that's my superpower, I guess. Oh shit, my damn camera failed. Oh, hold on, 1 second. Sorry, I was singing something and y'all just couldn't even hear it. There we go. All right, fixed with one minor correction here. Yeah, I definitely got to do a trim this weekend. All right, now that I'm back after God banished me. So yes, superpowers if you become a Skeptic Mafia member. I'm just saying it's pretty good deal. Genetic shilling here, and answer this question: would you rather worship Yahweh or work at McDonald's for the rest of your life? Definitely work at McDonald's. I feel like I could really move up in the structure and you know, probably manage a whole store by the time I'm 40. That's why I'd move up quick. And the question was, worship Yahweh or work at McDonald's. I can have a pretty fulfilling life just working McDonald's. I would not worship that fucking psychotic god. Also, fun fact I had while Googling to make sure I spell Yahweh right, I found out that of fucking course Christians get butthurt if you call God Yahweh. Yeah. That's kind of weird. Thank you so much there, Quentin, for your comment. Michael W. Roble says, what do you know? Another arrogant apologist. You did notice that he didn't have any non-religious reasons to oppose same-sex marriage. Well, Alan Schliemann is going to be coming in next week with a religious reason to not allow, or well, a quote-unquote non-religious reason to not allow LGBTQ parents to even adopt kids. So we're going to be talking about that next week. He probably didn't want his boat to blow up next time he's out on the lake with them rainbow flag waving people that God apparently loves. Not only did God send his favorite message of fire and brimstone, he did some flooding too. Did you hear about the constipated apologist who couldn't work it out with his red pen? Ta-dum! Thank you, Michael. Alex Baranowski says, religious beliefs should not have any power over our laws. Laws need to be made in accordance with the harm principle. That's it. How many conservative Christians are up in arms lately because the Satanic Temple wants abortion legal under their religious beliefs? As soon as you look at an issue through the lens of a religion, you end up with opposing viewpoints from other religions. All right, Pam Aminar, subscribing and shit. Thank you. I will say this guy has a very cute dog. I want to steal the Morky Poo. Watch out, you might trip and fall down that well. He's also conflating moral point of view with religious belief. Is this a bait and switch fallacy? Yeah, I mean, I think that you could definitely go with that. I think bait and switch is kind of a equivocation, because I definitely think that he was equivocating what beliefs meant. Because like there's just general beliefs and then there's moral beliefs, and he was kind of conflating like just the word belief in general. As for abortion, a fetus isn't so innocent if it's using the body of someone else who is unwilling to allow that. Sorry that the consequence of that is the death of the fetus, but maybe pro-lifers can build artificial wombs for unwanted fetuses. Why doesn't he give a non-religious argument against same-sex marriage? I dare him to. Yeah. I'm sure if I'll catch the stream I'm not sure if I'll catch a stream tonight. I will try, but I am in the middle of a big project. Insert 1 shilling here. Don't forget to wash your hands. Well, I'm not sure if Alex made it, but I really appreciate you leaving your comment there. As for the religious arguments, against same-sex marriage,
you are blessed by Christ, ma'am, or sir. You are blessed.
There you go. Somebody found it. If y'all didn't recognize it, that was the Jesus Come cup that I was blessing you with. So Hellbound Hillbilly got covered in Jesus Come. So the non-religious argument against same-sex marriage is basically that it harms children and it harms society in general somehow. They have to twist these like journal articles and these scientific articles and everything like that. They got to twist that around in order to make it seem like, oh, it's bad. You're right. So we're going to be covering that next week. Oh, and she wanted, they wanted 1 shilling there. Let's see. What's the show? Oh, a poll. We do a poll every Wednesday or Thursday, whichever one I can, get a video prepared for. Yeah, get my shit together. That we run a poll every week for the Skeptic Mafia to pick the video. So tonight's video is a result of the Skeptic Mafia picking between this video and 2 other videos. So they got 3 choices and they picked this one. There was a runner-up one that might have been a bit more of a train wreck, but this is still an important topic to talk about. It is y'all's fault. Zach Clark says, we really need people like this guy to understand what we mean when we say religious people are entitled to having their beliefs enshrined in the law. Finally gonna try your suggestion of Kraken and Sprite tonight. We'll see how it goes. Edit. After trying it, I can confirm it was pretty good. Thanks for the suggestion. Oh, fuck yeah, there's Zach. I'm so glad that you were able to try it. Now, I ran out of my my rum last night, which I've been using Captain Morgan's dark rum lately, but Kraken, Captain Morgan, they both work the same. This is actually Captain Morgan coconut rum only because Kraken doesn't have a coconut rum. So it's pretty good too. It's more fruity, but anyways, thank you so much there, Zach. I'm glad you tried the Sprite and rum concoction there. Jonathan Nickel! He starts out by displaying his persecution complex, claiming beliefs should not be aired in public. That's not true. People can believe what they will, and they are entitled to shout it from the rooftops. Other people have the right to disagree with them. However, when you attempt to enshrine your religion into law, you discriminate against those of other religions and of no religion. He says that laws reflect a person's beliefs, but it is governments, not individuals, that create laws, and these laws should reflect the values of the society. He admits that not all beliefs are based on religion, but he is not being consistent. He states that the beliefs of religious people, not simply their religious views, but rather everything they believe, whether it is grounded in their religion or not. He has twisted the intention of the tweet, highlighting certain words, implying that that is what the Dawkins Foundation wrote. In the U.S., you have the First Amendment, which some Christians seem to ignore or pretend it says what it does not say, that the freedom of religion somehow only applies to their own Christian denomination. Whenever you try to legislate your religion, the result is an automatic violation of human rights. Just look at Saudi Arabia and other countries that hold to Sharia law. What these Christian dominionists are proposing is no different. Here in the UK, we don't actually have legal protection from religion like you are supposed to have in the US. Ours is not a secular nation, yet very few religious laws have found their way onto the statute books. We have an official church founded by a Tudor king. We have bishops who sit in the House of Lords. The Queen talks of her Christian beliefs in her Christmas message, and yet we make no move to legislate Christianity or enforce it on the people. We are a diverse group, a multicultural, multi-faith society. Most of us try to get along with our neighbors rather than ram our religious views down other people's throats. In fact, we would often consider that rude. It is strange the way that works out. We have an official religion, yet we don't enforce it. The U.S. was founded as a secular nation with a number of people who try to happily impose Christian Sharia and get all butthurt when they are told that their constitution forbids it. They get really butthurt. Trickster! The first mistake this guy and all apologists make is thinking that that just because some prominent atheist, we are just going to fall into line behind them. We don't. It doesn't matter what Dawkins says. That's very true. We don't give a fuck what he says. I have to admit that I was kind of impressed on how he was able to take the statement and turn it around to mean something else. The statement was that personal religious beliefs should be checked at the door and not in the booth. You can have your beliefs, but you have to realize that not everyone agrees with your beliefs. Nowhere in the tweet does it say that the religious should be banned from participating. He brings up baptism and says only those of his religion do this, but didn't Heaven's Gate baptize and they are a UFO cult? Probably. I think they... I can't remember on that documentary whether or not they said that they baptize people, but it sounds like something they do. He brings up the moral argument, but forgets that not only does their God break his own rules, but punish the Hebrews for not fully breaking his own laws. Like, subscribe, and share, and remember, no one should tell you what to think or do except you, unless they tell you to join the Skeptic Mafia. You should do that as soon as you can. You don't have to do anything except throw a couple bucks in GE's way. or in GE's pocket, a portion of which he is just going to give to charity anyways, because that is what atheists do, and they don't even do it for a reward in the afterlife. They just do it. GE will offer some neat stuff for your donation: emojis, a chance to vote for Friday's vid, and being able to drop a comment here and have GE read it live or the next day if you are one of the unlucky people who can't watch the live show. Stand up, use your voice. Bye, fellow heathens. Thank you so much there, Trickster. Yeah, if you join the Skeptic Mafia, you'll be able to help us donate to charity, so definitely do that. Great, a channel with Red and Logic in the same title. I Heart Dog says so. I hold my own beliefs tentatively. I'm willing to change my mind based on reason and good evidence. Slavery used to be legal, but the science demonstrating the humanity of slaves eventually changed the law in America. See the 13th Amendment. Law should promote the common good as well as lead to personal autonomy and accountability. If beliefs conflict with our founding principles or collide with our rights as citizens, enacting them into law is wrong, e.g. the Scott Dredd decision. My 2 cents. Join the mafiosos. I recently did, and it's totally awesome. That's right, you did. Thank you so much there, I Heart Dogs. It is. I feel like it's pretty awesome. I'm a little biased, though. Charisma and the Derp Squirrel says, well, for one thing, the beliefs he rattled off at the beginning weren't beliefs. He doesn't believe he has a dog. He has a dog. That's demonstrable. He doesn't believe he has a beard. That, again, demonstrable. Now, the belief that stealing is wrong is indeed a belief, and all beliefs are all subjective. His entire moral code is subjective. What may be moral for him isn't moral for everyone else. Another example he had, murder, isn't objectively moral. For instance, self-defense could be considered murder. So is self-defense wrong? And the argument against abortion is entirely religious. The same thing with same-sex marriage. It is again rooted entirely in religious belief. This dude's entire premise is just completely wrong. He didn't get a single thing right. Anyway, sorry for my long diatribe. We all know what you want to see. The ASCII. And it's just a bruh. Because bruh, he didn't get a single thing right. Not one single thing. You know what is the right, entirely subjective moral thing to do is? Licking that like button and the subscribe button. Just lick your entire phone after you clean it. You know you want to, and while you're licking all those yummy buttons, go ahead and join the Skeptic Mafia, where you'll get to choose videos ahead of time as well as comment on them like we're doing right now. Oh, and you can make John say stupid shit like, I don't know, Firefly is objectively better than Star Trek and Star Wars. Thanks for attending my TED Talk. I'm not Team Skeptic, but I'm out. Yeah, well, I do have to agree with that sentence, so I'd stand behind it. Firefly is definitely better than both of those. That's bullshit. Diesel Jester says, I think that he's missing the point that the Dawkins Foundation was trying to make, and yes, they could have worded their tweet a whole lot better. I believe that the point that they were trying to make is that if you were trying to get a law passed and you cite God as your choice as the reason behind it, then that proposed law should be rejected. Now, if someone can come up with non-religious reasons as to why a law should be passed or repealed, then I believe that we could then have a proper dialogue about it. To give an example about this, he wouldn't want Muslims passing a law saying that only their prayers allowed in school and that it has to be done 3 times a day facing Mecca. That's the other religions. That's the way other religions and atheists feel when Christians want a law passed saying that the Lord's Prayer should be recited in school along with the Pledge of Allegiance. So when someone wants a law passed, they should put a litmus test on it. Ask yourself if you would want that law passed if someone was doing it in the name of Islam or Hinduism or whatever religion you can think of. If the answer is no, then one should probably revise your outlook on that proposed piece of legislation. I agree. Drew's Book Reviews says, I have not watched the video and probably won't since I am working tonight, so as usual, I'll miss the stream. any luck, my next schedule will give me Friday nights off. Anyway, regarding beliefs and legislation, I would argue that all law, all legislation, and policy is based on some form of belief in some context. I.e., the belief that all persons have the right to life, therefore murder is a crime, the belief that the idea of consent, i.e., rape, is wrong. These are not scientific principles, but moral and ethical ideas. That being said, our laws need to be predicated upon common good, scientific fact, and data, not unproven ideology based in pseudoscientific theologies. I have been thinking about this, and as I read Carl Sagan's book, The Demon-Haunted World, Science as a Candle in the Dark, and the thought occurred to me. If there is a time where the message of science being a candle in the dark is needed, it is now. With so much rhetoric of the COVID hoax, anti-maskers, anti-vaxxers, and pseudoscience that have been spreading around social media, we need scientific literacy more than ever. And that scientific literacy is what should be informing our legislation, focused on the principle of belief that common good is what we should be striving for, but a balanced approach to this is also what is needed. As the wizard Zedekias Zul Zorander once said, we all know what that fuck said, right? The greatest of harm can result in the best of intentions. We must balance out collective and political beliefs with science, reason, and common good when considering legislation for our society. Anyway, heathens, until next time, keep on reading. Thank you so much for that comment there, Drew. Command Cyborg says, what the fuck? Wrong! Perhaps I should leave it there. I was going to say something, asshat, and another thing, dickwad. I forget what it was, though. Fail well. Anywho, the things you say are grounded in religious basis, like stealing, I'd say aren't. It's basic property and bodily and family rights, and a willingness to not piss other people off, and to some extent avoiding never-ending family feuds. A lot of the anti-abortion and stem cell research and such are often grounded in religious dogmaticness and poor science education. I agree. Smash all the buttons, lick the bells and whistles, comment and share, and join the Skeptic Mafia. People seem to really like the little robot devil thing. The Ruined Warrior says, you could have at least warned us it was this guy. Sorry. Holy, and this is Jonathan Hanachek for our last Skeptic Mafia comment. Holy fucking shit, most religious beliefs do not need to be made into laws that affect all people because not everyone believes the same thing as you do. See, dipshits like yourself always try to enforce the way that you feel in certain situations because you're uncomfortable with them. Hope everyone enjoyed the video tonight. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and post GE on Facebook. Lol. And then emojis. Thank you so much there, Jonathan. Appreciate it, man. Let's get back to the main screen here. All right. Well, that's going to be it for our stream tonight. Hellbound Hillbilly says, here's my tips. Give it to charity. Oh, thank you so much. Quentin says, one last donation for charity because I'm a shitty person who supports charities that don't shuffle around people who diddle little kids. That's right. We definitely don't donate to diddling diddlers. So definitely, throw your stuff our way. And thank you so much there, Hellbound Hillbilly. Really appreciate it. Again, we're going to be donating a portion of all of our revenue this month to a charity that we're going to allow the Skeptic Mafia to pick from. So definitely, if you want to be able to help direct where our charitable efforts go, join the Skeptic Mafia. You can help out with donating and you can help pick the charity. So definitely consider that. And I guess we'll see you heathens later. Everybody in the chat's been awesome tonight, giving a lot of great comments that have kind of seen a little bit here and there. Sirnian says, yes, Firefly is the best series, killed by Fax Fox.
May the power of Christ compel you to get the fuck out of here.
Hellbound Hippo says, y'all dragged us out looking enough for more tips. Awesome. Thank you there, Hellbound. But anyways, Oh, people were talking about Terra Nova. Terra Nova, that was such a sad show to see it only last one season. And then we got that Jupiter's Legacy on Netflix. That recently just got canned too, which really kind of sucks. Sonia says, thank you, GEKC, in the Chad chat.
I asked what time Chad is.
Yes, good night there, Lance. I'll see you later. Good night, everybody in the chat. Y'all are awesome. We will see you guys on Monday when we've got Alan Schleman telling us why LGBTQ people should never adopt kids. So, yay for that pile of shit. And I guess we'll see you heathens later. Don't forget to stand up, use your voice, and all that kind of good shit. And I will see you guys on Monday. Bye. No, that's fine. You go.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, heathens.